in the morning, I get on my knees. I did learn from the Master, he taught me to pray. I read on from the scriptures, the patience of Job. Keep on your faith and live with hope. Jesus is the Redeemer and friend.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Hair of salvation, purchase of God, born of the Spirit, washed in his blood. This is my
lwabusiswa inkosi. Oh, lingcwele, lingcwele lusuku luka Jehova wethu, eliqinisa isikhombisa lwabusiswa inkosi. Bayathaba bo,
babakhonza ngeSabatha,
ilanga elikhanyayo, izihlahla zimi eceleni ziyanyikinyeka, bayathaba bo,
babakhonza ngeSabatha,
ilanga elikhanyayo, izihlahla zimi eceleni ziyanyikinyeka. Isabatha latalelwa mina nawe, masimtumisu Jesu, masipumuleni simukhonze, nenyoni nazo zohlabela. Isabatha latalelwa mina nawe, masimtumisu Jesu, masipumuleni simukhonze, nenyoni nazo zohlabela. Bayathaba bo,
babakhonza ngeSabatha,
ilanga elikhanyayo, izihlahla zimi eceleni ziyanyikinyeka, bayathaba bo,
babakhonza ngeSabatha,
ilanga elikhanyayo, izihlahla zimi eceleni ziyanyikinyeka. Sabatha ilanga lokuphumula,
ilanga lokuphumula,
Sabatha ilanga lokuphumula, ilanga lokuphumula,
ilanga lokuphumula.
Greetings, brethren. Welcome to day 3 of our literature evangelism rally week. We are going through this week under the theme I Will Go, and to take us through this active week is Pastor Marere, our local literature evangelist. We hope as a church we are participating in the program. We encourage you to read, take some time off your busy schedules to read the book of the year, so that you are equipped for these troubled times, and you might as well share hope in our communities to different people who are very much in need of the hope. We thank you for supporting this program, and we hope you will continue with us till the Sabbath. Thank you.
Greetings, my young friends. I hope you are fine and well. Today I am talking about sexuality in young boys and young girls. And I know in the community that you are, your friends discusses about that, issues of relationships. I know the aunties, the uncles, they have got their own advice. But today, I have brought to you biblical advice on sexuality. I have got 2 copies in front of me. A young woman's guide to about relationships and sexuality. This is for young girls, specifically for young girls. And this one is specifically for young boys. You know what? Sex is all around. In the media, in advertising, in the very language and thoughts of modern society. So what is the Christian's response? What is the truth about sex? And how should Christian teenagers relate to the issues of sex and sexuality? Issues like, how do I choose? I know you need a life partner. What is the proper way of choosing a life partner? What about sex before marriage? A lot of people say what they think, what they know. But I brought to you the Bible's thought, advice on issues relating to sex. What about the risk? What about the rights and wrongs? How is God involved in the issues of sex? So in this book, it provides questions and answers. What young people ask, what is the solution? So allow me just to read the table of contents on the subjects that the author discusses. So the first issue is that sex is all around. So your question may be, am I so strange? You may wonder what is happening within your body, those mechanics. So, do you believe all you hear? Should you practice everything that you hear? So, how do you deal with a relationship? It's your first time. You are new. Maybe you have faced some disappointments. This one explains and provides real answers to your questions. What are the sexual distortions? What is true? What is not true? And sexuality is a gift from God. So this book is a volume whereby young men can have answers to all their questions. And also, this one is also a volume for young girls. So you may tell your mom, you may tell your dad, this is the best gift that they can give you. You know, in our African society, sometimes it is not good to discuss issues of sex with your child. But in modern society, all those barriers are no longer there. It's discussed everywhere. So young people need a proper guide on sex and sexuality, on a relationship. So I advise you, this one should be a volume that should be found in every home where there is a young man, where there is a young woman, where there is a teenager, whereby they are involved in dating experiences. You need this advice. So contact me to have your own copy on 263-775-460-175. I will repeat it, 263-775-460-175. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Since I started for the kingdom, since my life he controls, since I gave up my heart to Jesus, the more that I serve him, the sweeter he grows. The more that I serve him, the sweeter he grows. The more that I love him, more love he bestows. Each day is like heaven, and my heart overflows. The more that I serve him, the sweeter he grows. Every need he He bestows. Every day my way grows brighter. The more that I serve him, the sweeter he grows. The more that I serve him, the sweeter he grows. The more that I love him, more love he bestows. Each day is like heaven and my heart overflows. The more that I serve him, the sweeter he grows. Each day is like heaven and my heart overflows. The more that I serve him, the sweeter he grows.
The master is awaiting a rich reward to give. The fields be ripe and ready, the laborers of you. To the highways and the byways, an angel has been assigned, sealing all the servants who will heed to the call. It's a time to search the heart, if in God it still believes. It's a time to search the soul, if the truth it can obey. Proclaiming in a loud voice, probation is closing. The angel of mercy making the last call. The everlasting gospel to everyone it must be preached. To towns, tribes and nations everywhere we must reach. Reviving and reforming the backslidden and the lost. Lead them to a Savior, they are guilty stains to cleanse. It's a time to search the heart, if in God it still believes. It's a time to search the soul, if the truth it can obey. Proclaiming in a loud voice, probation is closing. The angel of mercy making the last call. The good news of salvation is power to holiness, dispelling all darkness. It sets the captives free, compelling with compassion the bruised and distressed. Bring them to a kingdom that is free of grief and shame. It is the time to search the heart, if in God is still believe. It is the time to search the soul, if the truth it can obey. Proclaiming in a loud voice, probation is closing. The angel of mercy making the last call. It is the time to search the heart, if in God is still believe. It is the time to search the soul, if the truth it can obey. Proclaiming in a loud voice, probation is closing. The angel of mercy making the last call. It is the time to search the heart, if in God is still. It is the time to search the soul, if the truth it can obey. Proclaiming in a loud voice, probation is closing. The angel of mercy making the last call. Urapinkuru uripo wemutandiye Jesu andofarisa varombo Jesu zvitadzo zvasunungurwa inzwa izwi raJesu fambanyi naye kudenga tigereko naJesu zita rake ritezwe zita rake rikudzwe zita rake riimbwe Jesu ndeJesu mbiri kunyenyea Mwari ndinodawira Jesu ndinodisa zita iri ramuponesi Jesu zita rake ritendwe zita rake rikudzwe zita rake riimbwe Jesu ndeJesu zvimwendata dzandinoda kunzwa zita raJesu moyo wangu wanyaradzwa ngezitaro raJesu zita rake ritezwe zita rake rikudzwe zita rake riimbwe Jesu ndeJesu apo iye achauya nembiri neupenyu tichafara kutaura ruponeso rwaJesu zita rake ritendwe zita rake rikudzwe zita rake riimbwe Jesu ndeJesu zita rake ritendwe zita rake rikudzwe zita rake riimbwe Jesu ndeJesu.
He healed the blind man, walked on the waters, and he raised up Jairus' daughter, he fed the hungry, cleansed the leper. But we need Jesus now more than ever.